yeah, baby.
Get the experience, the beef experience. All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. It is on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Me, myself, Booner, as always, Broder, Detroit Lions beat reporter. We've got Jalen in the TD booth and Nick in the sound booth. As always, full squad today, baby.
It's all about the preparation for Ohio.
I'm gonna keep saying I'm very nervous.
Did you see that press conference, by the way?
No. Oh yes, Jim Harbaugh asked him about Ryan Day. Like,
so do you respect Ryan Day? He goes,
it's all about the preparation.
It's all about the preparation for Ohio.
I watched that whole video and I was just sitting there waiting for him to address Ryan Day. He just did not.
I think he's a Hall of Fame troll.
Oh,
Jim.
He is great
Jim is
at
the
what
best
he does.
troller of all
Great
time.
at what he does.
Yeah.
And recruiting, it's great.
Yeah.
I love Jim Harbaugh, man. I don't care.
Probably
I saw someone, Dan Dakich. He's like right there with the other
Screw Dan
Goodman.
Dakich.
He's there with
what
Goodman.
happened to him?
Goodman as well. Some of these college basketball guys. You guys know I was in the college basketball world for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these college basketball guys, losers. Goodman tried to say something bad about Detroit and about the city. I don't know if you guys remember that when they announced the Final Four was coming.
Yeah,
I had messaged him about a year or two ago when I had my podcast and said, hey, I would love to have you on. And then he said that about Detroit. I had to message him and say, guess what? Booner's taking it away from you. You are not invited to Detroit, not invited on my show, not invited on anything that has to do with us here in Detroit. Goodman, whatever your first no.
What the fuck is he wearing?
Yeah, I don't know. He's a pirate.
Who is
I think that's Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Goodman.
Yeah, bro, he's a loser. And Dakich, same thing. We're gonna actually let's do college basketball sometime this week.
Please.
Maybe Friday or something. Once a little pissed or we'll wait. Actually, let's do next Tuesday because Jalen will be back.
What a great day that is.
Because I could probably talk. I could do a whole show on college basketball. I could do a whole week of college basketball.
Prove it.
Okay, no, we have to talk. We have to go football. I'm sure there's some people who would love it. I can't wait till March Madness though. I promise I cannot wait.
I like my team like I like my mother's swimsuit. JMO Jackhammer, let's go.
Oh,
that was the Jim Harbaugh line. Taken from Ted Lasso.
Yeah, One Piece.
One Piece.
All right,
Yo.
If you guys haven't yet, hit that like button for us. Let's get over. Are we at 75 yet? We are far off. Let's get to 75. Let's dive in, Broder. Lions Packers. The tradition continues. Thanksgiving.
It continues.
Do you have anything like when you do for the Lions there? I know this year is different for me. I guess last year was my first year being at Woodward in Thanksgiving, so I did the pregame and kind of stayed up here. Stick was up here, and
I would always watch it at home. Like I was never, my family and I, we never got tickets on Thanksgiving. I went one time. I was invited one time.
Congrats.
A couple years ago, 5-6 years ago, and it was a lot of fun.
I do have breaking news. Pregame show. It will be me and Darren McCarty.
No way.
We're doing the pregame show and we're doing the stream.
No.
Just us.
Just you two.
As of now, maybe Stick for the stream, but as of now, Jeff was supposed to do the pregame show. He got free tickets to the game with his dad.
Wow.
So does me and four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty.
Booner, you should have some great content from the tailgates to use on that show from yours truly. Let's go, baby.
Are you going to be downtown getting content?
I'll be doing some stuff before I go link up with my family. So hopefully you have some good content over for you
Slack,
and D-Mac, baby.
Dude, how cool is that, by the way?
Oh, it's sick.
Spend the day with D-Mac.
D-Mac, I love D-Mac.
You don't even need a lawn, and you get to hang out with him.
Yes, D-Mac's become one of the closer people to me here. Since we'll be doing the streams here. So shout out to D-Mac.
I might have to stick around with you guys. There's going to be insane traffic. I might just have to wait.
Well, the thing is, the game.
It's at 12:30.
We end as the game's at 12:30. We probably will end about 11:30. So you'll have an hour to get down there.
Yeah.
If you sit in the chair.
I'm trying to decide when's the best time to drive down
sit in the
there.
chair. I mean, we got room.
All right, we'll talk.
But last matchup, Packers, Detroit Lions versus Packers. Lions won 34-20, Broder, at Lambeau Field. The Detroit Lions last game got off to a 27-3 start. Halftime lead was 27-3. One of the more incredible things I think at the beginning, the first half, this is what I was kind of expecting with the Bears game, and obviously that didn't happen. I kind of want to see the same thing happen here versus the Packers. You're at home, Thanksgiving, primetime, the whole nation will be watching. I want them to do that again.
Yeah.
Because the last time the nation was watching was a Thursday night football game, I'm pretty sure, and you went up, you did that.
Yes. Yeah. This was kind of one of the early games that confirmed that the Lions are for real. They had beat the Chiefs. They lost to the Seahawks. They played really well and beat the Falcons, I believe, week 3. And then they went out and they laid the hammer on the Packers at Lambeau Field on Thursday night with everyone watching. what is it, 5 games after they knocked the Packers and Aaron Rodgers out of the playoff contention. So there was just like a lot on the line, and they came out and played their best half of football I've seen in many, many years. Many moons.
And kind of getting into this next game here too, brother. I want to throw up, Jalen, if you can throw up the big injury report. It's like the NFL one, and it has all of the Packers and then the Lions.
Is there enough space?
This one this will give you guys an idea of what we're going to be looking at Thursday. The Packers, I know the heavyweights had an insider on, a Packers insider on, and he said the biggest worry with this team right now and the difference from last time is injuries. And his Packers team is beat up right now. And I think it's just time, like the Detroit Lions team, this is not a game to where you can go in and you kind of do what you did with this Bears team, especially with this injury report here. So I'm gonna try and name this off here. I'm gonna look at my computer. This is a long list. Should I name them all, brother?
No, name the players that stand out to you.
All right, Jair Alexander, limited practice, shoulder the last few days. Devondre Campbell, linebacker, neck, did not participate in practice. Kenny Clark, defensive lineman, limited participation. A.J. Dillon, and know this too. You see a little, a couple more down. Aaron Jones did not practice. He most likely is out. I'm pretty sure he might be on the IR in a little bit. But A.J. Dillon as well, limited practice. Rashawn Gary, shoulder, limited and then full practice. Elton Jenkins, he was limited practice. Luke Musgrave, this is a big one here. The guy in the heavyweights.
He's been playing well.
Yes, guy in the heavyweights said that it was like an emergency. He had to go to the hospital after the game. He called the trainer and something within, I don't know what it was, but he called and was like, hey, maybe it was an abdomen or something, but he was like, hey, we have to go, I have to go get checked out. Had to do an emergency trip to the hospital. So that's something, it looks like abdomen on there. So that's something they're dealing with. Jaden Reed.
Jeez,
he wasn't listed on Monday, but on Tuesday it says limited, so he's limited with the chest. Darnell Savage, limited practice. Christian Watson, he did go full today, but yesterday limited. Emmanuel Wilson, that's their third running back, I think.
Yeah.
So they
just signed, was it Michael Carter?
Michael Carter did get cut the other day from the Jets.
James Robinson, the other former Jet.
Yeah.
Jaguars. Did he go to Jaguars? Oh, yeah, I'm thinking Jaguars.
Yeah.
But he signed. Anyways, they signed him yesterday or in the last couple days because Aaron Jones is very likely out. He might even be confirmed out, but there's a very little chance he plays. A.J. Dillon's banged up. Emmanuel Wilson, their third running back, he's banged up, not likely to play. So it's literally looking like it's going to be A.J. Dillon against the world.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I don't even know, like, is A.J. Dillon that scary? Like, if that's your weapon? The only person I'm truly worried about, I think, going into Thursday is Jaden Reed.
Yeah, that's a huge loss for them.
Yes, and if he plays last game, I think he had 40 plus rushing yards. He had 40 receiving yards. He might have. I know he for sure scored a touchdown. May have scored even 2. But he's been kind of their guy. I feel like Jaden Reed. He's come into one there. That's the only weapon I think to me at this point with Aaron Jones out. Christian Watson maybe. Romeo Doubs last time I think he had like 90 yards. I don't know, bro. I just feel like this should be a game where the Lions do dominate, kind of like they did last time.
They should.
And if they don't, then if they have a game like they had for Chicago, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to come in on Friday. We're going to have our show Friday night. I'm going to be very worried. I'm going to come out and say that.
Even with the dub?
The Booner path has a lot of potholes on it. Yes, even with the dub. I think this is a game you have to take care of business.
You do. Fortunately, their defense is their backbone. Actually, the best part of their defense this season has been their pass defense. They ranked number 7th, only giving up about 193 yards per game. But 4 starters in the secondary, either on the IR or missed their last game. You talked about Jair Alexander. He's dinged up. They're defending. It's taken a hit. And if not for the Chargers drops, if not for it was Quentin Johnson dropped the ball, Keenan Allen, I think they had a couple more drops. That game from Justin Herbert and the Chargers, they're putting some points on the board against the Packers, who ended up beating them. So I think this is one of those things. We're healthy. The Lions are healthy. Their wide receiver crew is healthy. The running backs are healthy.
Yep.
If their best part of their defense, at least how they've been playing this year, is dinged up like they are, you got to attack that. You got to attack that.
You're a top 5 team going up against one of the worst teams in the NFL, in my opinion. A bottom tier, probably like 26 in power rankings, right? And they're not healthy at all.
No.
So you're sitting there as one of the best teams in the league, fully healthy. You better go take care of business. I look at it like this, brother. Remember the 4-game stretch a couple weeks ago when the Lions were on that 4-game win streak and they won each game by 14 plus?
Yes.
That's what you do today or on Thursday.
Yeah.
You go start that streak again. Go win this game by 2 touchdowns.
That would get me bricked.
And then next week, you build off that. You do it versus Saints. Then you go back. You have a little comeback game versus the Bears. You kind of take that over. And then after that, you just keep build. I think, and I said this on
Use
Friday.
bricks to build.
Yes. Yeah, you do.
You do.
And I said this Friday. I was like, I think this Chicago game was going to be that one where you start building again and you get back on track after that Chargers game. I was like, I think this is the one where you get it by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Now this is the one, since you didn't do it last week.
We mentioned it yesterday. The Lions escaped that Bears game, an ugly game, a physical game, relatively healthy. Like, there were no major injuries. Jonah Jackson was still out. I know they're walking through, but he was technically out today. So they're healthy on a short week. The Packers, they're dinged up, and remember, it is a short week. So all these maybe little nagging injuries, the guys who maybe wouldn't miss a Sunday game, it's all up in the air.
Phil said Green Bay beat the same team that we barely beat. First of all, the Lions dominated. I felt like the whole Chargers game, and it just came down to like their offense was just rolling.
A win's a win.
And you went up against a really a Justin Herbert who probably played his best game in the last 2 years, and you were on the road. When you're on the road in the NFL, a win is a win.
Yeah.
Packers were at home.
We beat the Chiefs, and the Chiefs lost to the Eagles. Like a win's a win. Screw it. But Booner. Actually, do you have anything else?
I don't. I had a question. I'll save it for tomorrow, though.
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot of Packers.
I had a question about Jared Goff, but I'm going to save that one for tomorrow.
Keep it in your bank.
I will. I'll keep that in my bank. When we come back, though, we're going to talk about the number 1 seed, the Eagles game last night. If there's still a chance for the Lions to get the 1 seed.
Tougher. It is tougher, like a well-done steak.
We're going to break it down.